So we'll continue with the problems. Okay, so the next question is G equals, G is a function which is a set 1 1 2 3 3 5 4 7 is a function or not? If G is described by G of x equals alpha x plus beta, then what is the value should be assigned for alpha and beta? That is our question. Okay. So, if you go through our session, you can understand what is the difference between a function and a relation. So, how to check whether this set is a function or not? Let's see, I'll show. So, we have two sets A, B. Okay. So, this is domain, this is codomain, and in codomain we will list the range, right? Range means the second numbers. Second numbers means the number which is related with the domain elements. Clear? Those who didn't listen to the previous session, please understand. Okay, so we'll write these each 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first elements will come in the domain. Okay, then the others are 1, 3, 5, 7. These are the range of those elements. Let's check whether it is a function. Okay, to get the clarity on the difference between relation and function, please go through the previous class. Okay, so let's see. So 1 is related with 1 and 2 is related with 3, 3 is related with 5, 4 is related with 7. Is it a function? Is it a function or not? We can say it as a function. Why? Because all the elements in set A or all the elements in the domain has only a single relation with set B. None of them have more than one relation with set B. Suppose if there is a relation like this, so 1 is related with 2 elements in set B, so this won't be a function. But here we don't have multiple relations, so this can be a function. So that is satisfied. So the first question, yes, it is a function. Now we have to find out the values of alpha and beta provided G of x equals alpha x plus beta. Okay, can we solve this? Is it too much difficult? Okay, so let's see how to solve. X value is the elements in the domain. Okay, so let's put G of 1. Okay, so let's put G of 1. Then what will be this? Alpha times 1 plus beta. Right? So, if G of 1, then if G of x, this x value if we are taking as 1, what will be the range of that? Which is also 1, right? So, this is equal to 1. When G of x, that is G of 1, x is equal to 1, then its range will be 1, right? So, G of 1 means in place of x we will substitute 1, and this whole G of 1 will give us this relation 1. Clear? And suppose if it is G of, I am taking next value 2. what will be that? G of 2, this is 3, right? So how to write G of 2? So we have this function, so G of 2 will be alpha times 2 plus beta, which is equal to 3. Is it clear? Okay, so what is G of, I am taking next element, G of 3. What is G of 3? 5. So in this case we'll substitute 3 in this function. Clear? So I'm just rubbing this part. Okay, so here we need to get the values for alpha and beta, right? So G of 1 equals alpha times 1 plus beta, which is equal to 1. So I can write it as alpha plus beta equals 1. If that the case, then beta will be equal to 1 minus alpha. I am giving it as equation 1. Okay, so how this alpha became negative? Again, some of you will get the doubt, right? So why? Because here alpha is positive. When it comes to the other side of the equal to sign, then this plus will turn as minus. I'll give you one more trick. Okay, suppose alpha divided by beta equals 1, or simply alpha times beta equals 1. So what will happen? I want beta value. Here it is multiplication. So if I take alpha to this side, it will turn as division. Okay, here it is addition, it is plus, so when it go this side, minus. Clear? So this is the first equation. Then the next equation we have to get from G of 2. We can take any of them. Okay, G of 3, G of 4, anything. Okay, I am just taking the first two. So G of 2 will be alpha times 2 plus beta equals 3. Okay, so I can write alpha times 2 is 2 alpha plus beta equals 3, that is equation 2. Now substitute equation 1, that is this one, in equation 2. Okay, so this will be 2 alpha plus 1 minus alpha equals 3. In place of beta we can have 1 minus alpha. Don't forget to put the bracket. Okay, 2 alpha plus 1 minus alpha equals 3. 2 alpha minus 1 alpha will be 2 minus 1, that is 1 alpha, right? That is alpha itself. 1 alpha is same as alpha, plus 1 equals 3, right? Then what is alpha? Alpha will be 3, so this plus 1 is going the other side, minus 1, alpha value will be 2. So we can substitute that over here. So beta will be 1 minus 2, that is minus 1. Okay, so this is alpha value, this is beta value. So again we'll see the next question, that is, if the mapping f and g are given by f equals 1 2 3 5 4 1 and g equals 2 3 5 1 1 3, write f composite g. Okay, it is actually simple, but you have to be very careful. Okay, so we'll start writing f composite g. Okay, So we have to write for each of them. We have to derive G from, F from G. Okay, so how to write this? So this will be f of G of x, right? F composite G means f of G of x. Okay, so f of G of, what is the first domain element? That is 2. Okay, so first x value for G is 2. What is G of 2? G of 2 is 3. The range is 3, right? So f of 3. Now what is this f of 3? F of 3 is 5. Clear? Do the next. F of the next value for x for G is 5. G of 5. What is G of 5? G of 5 is 1. So G of 5 is 1. Now what is f of 1? F of 1 is 2. Clear? Similar way, the last one. What is G of 1? What is G of 1? The range is 3. F of 3. What is f of 3? 5. Clear? So this is the solution for this question.